Hi, Ecotopians. Hey, you can't see my face, can you? That's because I didn't shave today. No, just kidding. It has nothing to do with that. There's a hardware problem with my computer in that a lot of frames get dropped. So if I show my face after a while, my lips move one way, but my speech comes out a different way, and it's really awkward, and no one's fixed it, so I'm just doing it this way. Okay, so the assignment is map your watershed. So couple things about this assignment. First of all, make sure you understand what a watershed is. And there's another video that says, hey, what the heck is a watershed anyway? So make sure you do that. In this video, I'll just give you a really brief view of a watershed. Second of all, when you choose a watershed, choose one that you know you have access to, that is public property or private property that you have permission to traverse, because you don't want to go trespassing in this assignment. I have had some students who have just willy-nilly picked a watershed, and when they went to go visit it, they found out it was private land, no trespassing, and who knows, maybe it had some pot grows on it. And that's awkward. In fact, I'll show you some because it's one of my favorite things to do, and I just randomly, no, those are not grows. I don't want to waste your time, but I could. Gee, I'm pretty sure. See, this is Mad River. Here we go. Yep, just outside the Mad River. Bingo! Welcome to Humboldt County. See these? That's a nice house. That's a nice white greenhouse. And who knows what's in these structures really? Probably it's good. Anyway, this is not about pot growing. This is about watersheds. So make sure you know what a watershed is and you have permission to cross it before doing this. So let's get the heck out of Humboldt County, because here, the one of the points I want to make is that everywhere on Earth is part of a watershed. And usually watersheds are part of other watersheds. So I'm just going to randomly go someplace and demonstrate for you. And by the way, I am using Google Earth. And if you don't have Google Earth on your computer, you should get it. It's free and it's really cool. It's best to use it on a desktop computer with a mouse, although you can use it on a laptop. It's just better with a mouse because it's easier to do what I'm doing now, which is to rotate the landscape and zoom in and out really coolly. So I'm zoomed into this mountain because in mountains, watersheds are really kind of easy to tell apart. So I guess let's see. Let's try to choose one. Here's a good one that demonstrates something I want to show. Okay, we're going to zoom right in here. Now, as I rotate this around, you should be able to see a canyon gulch where my hand is, and up here these are ridge tops. And I'm going to rotate that around so you can really see that. I hope you can see ridge tops and canyons or gullies, whatever you want to call it. Now just imagine water's falling from the sky, or you're walking over the landscape with a bucket. If you walk up this hillside here or this hillside here and drop your bucket on the ground, you're dropping it on an area of land which is going to drain that water down to this point. Let's choose this point right here. So this is a watershed. It's an area of land that gathers water and delivers it to a single point. And what is the area of land that this watershed is gathering water from? Well, you'd have to follow this ridge top, because if you went to the top of this ridge and poured water directly on the ridge, half of it would go this way and half of it would go that way. This is a drainage divide, or watershed, that boundary of a watershed, and you need to be able to see that and identify it and draw a line on it in a drawing. So just for now, I'm going to put my hand over what I think is the drainage divide. Where is the single point I'm talking about that this watershed drains to? Right here. So anywhere into the left of this hand, water is going to drain into that place, and it's going to come all the way up here, and the ridge top is probably around here, and it comes over here. That's a different watershed over there. Here's a ridge top, and it comes around this way, and it comes around this way, and it comes around this way, and it gets a little murky here. Maybe it comes down here. Depends where my point is here. Probably comes down here. Okay, I'm going to be looking in your mapped watersheds for a line that's pretty good. I'm not going to be really picky about it, but I'm going to be looking for a line. Now, Google Earth is one way to complete this assignment by finding a watershed in Google Earth. If you want to, the other way is using Google Maps, and I'm going to show you how to do that in a moment. But let me first bring up the template, and we'll look about what I want you to do for the assignment. You'll open up this template. It's assignment 5A, I think. Map your watershed template. And this is what your final assignment needs to look like. It has to have your name, the name of the watershed. You can name it if it's not named. And then the latitude and longitude of your visit. I'll show you how to get that, of the place you visit. And then I want you to put it in some text boxes that include your visit site, where you're going to go, and any other particular features of the terrain. And most importantly, this line, an outline of your watershed. But I need to show you how to do all these things. You're going to open this template, hopefully in Microsoft Word, and then you're going to delete this stuff. Your name is not Jack Murphy, so delete that, delete the name, and delete the latitude and longitude I've put in there, and put in your own. And with these text boxes, they're a little bit tricky because inserting text boxes is a little funny. What you can do is just go into mine and delete this stuff and type other stuff, whatever is appropriate for your watershed. Don't leave creepy place here unless you know of a creepy place. Other creepy place. Okay, I don't care, but don't use my text boxes. You can use them, put in your own words and move them around, that's fine. If you accidentally delete them, here's how you put in a text box. You go insert, I think, text box, and then do a draw text box. You might get other options. Let's see, under home. No, I don't know. I've seen weird things, but if you open the text box dialog, do a draw text box, no other kind. Then click in here and type stuff. Okay, you can do that. Okay, I'll go back. Oh, the last thing I need to show you, not the last thing, the other thing I need to show you is this box here is showing the lines. You want to delete that. I right click it, and I guess I'll just cut it out. No, wrong thing, back button. This, cut. Oh, come on, get out of here. Wait. Delete, I don't see delete. Cut. There, I don't know why that didn't work before. Okay, now I need to draw a line. And you know what? I'm going to come back and do that later because first I want to show you Google Earth and how to capture this image. So, not Google Earth, Google Maps. So, the thing is that in Google Earth, with my laptop and my mouse, I can easily see where these boundaries are. But if you don't have one, you might have trouble seeing where the boundaries of your watershed are. So I just wanted to show you another option. It's in Google Maps. Google Maps, go to it, open up a map, find a watershed. I'm going to go someplace. Now, when you do this, you might see a different view. You might be in, say, traffic mode. I said traffic mode. I'm going to turn terrain mode off. So funny. There, I turned terrain mode off because I want to show you how to turn it on. So you can't easily see watersheds in this view. The best way to view a watershed is by selecting terrain. So do that. And now you can see the terrain. What Google Earth does is it provides shading, which is helpful, but it also provides topographic lines. Do you see, if you zoom in too far, it grays out, so don't do that. Zoom out a bit. Okay, these lines, all these parallel lines, are topographic lines. If you know what they are already, then good for you. Many people don't know what they are and can't read a map. Look, guys, if you don't know what a topographic map is, you've really missed something super cool. It really is a great way of mapping out the landscape. To me, since I've used these a lot, I can see that this line here makes a kind of a V. There's a bunch of V's coming down here, and the edge of the tip of the V is a ridge top. This is a ridge top. coming down all the way to this river. Rivers also have V's in them, and they are the opposite of a ridge top, if that makes sense. So a river with a V, the V is pointing upstream, but on a ridge top, the V is pointing downstream, and you just need to learn to distinguish between a ridge and a canyon. Like this right here is a gully, and the shading helps you do that. Now look, the reason I showed you this is because if you can read these topographic maps, these lines, and you can recognize these ridge tops, then you can also know where you're going to draw your line. Let's say this creek is running through, it looks like Heinz Creek watershed, we'll call it. And here, this ridge top here is a ridge top boundary between the Heinz Creek watershed and the neighboring watershed. So I will have to draw my line along this ridge top. At the top, up here, it gets a little bit unclear where to go. I'm sort of outlining where it should go, probably up to this peak, and then back down here again and around. Now, like I said, I've looked at a lot of topographic maps, so this is easy for me to do, but I understand that it's not easy for a lot of other people to do, but you've got to do the best you can. Here is how people flunk this assignment. They draw a line right along the creek. If you draw a line right along the creek, or if your watershed boundary crosses a creek, you are telling me that you do not understand what a watershed is, or you can't recognize a watershed boundary, and you're going to flunk that part. So make sure you understand what a watershed is and why what I just said is so wrong to do. Why is it wrong to just outline a creek? Why is it wrong for a watershed boundary to cross a creek? Let me know if you don't understand why, but think about it first and see if it comes to you. Okay, so let's say you've got your watershed that you want to map. Frame it here, and I'm going to do a screen grab. I guess, yeah, that's what it's called. And I'm going to do, I think it's on a PC, it's control print screen. That's how you do it. There's other ways to do it. I think you can also, no, you can't do it. So I took a screenshot of it on my computer. I've got it set up so my screenshots go to a certain place. Let's see if I can go there. It's gonna look weird because I have two screens actually. So here it is. I need to know where this file is. I can do it. I can copy it somehow, and then I want to paste it into my template. I'm going to assume you know how to do that. If you're technologically challenged, and a lot of my students say they are, you might need to get some help to do this. But you want to save your screenshot as a file to a folder someplace, know where that is, and then bring that image into this template. Okay, so I've got that here. By the way, for some people that's the hardest part of the exam, of the assignment, and if that's you, then please be in touch with me and I'll try to make it easier for you. Okay, so let's get all this stuff out of the way. I'll go in and label it either later if I have to. The last thing I want to show you, no, there's more than one thing, is how to draw that line. So let's just say, you see this blue thing here? Here's another one, delete it. Here's a creek. I'm going to say all the water that drains to this point right here is a watershed. And so I want to draw a line around my watershed boundary. And the way to do that is to go to Insert, Shape, and choose this squiggly line, scribble. There it is. And I'm going to say my watershed ends here. This is the point it's draining to. And it goes up this ridge. And it goes up to the top of this peak right here. Let's see. I'm going to have to go around a ways here. So I'm going to go up Fickle Hill Ridge. And let's see, I'm looking. It's got to come around here. And it's going to come down. No, it's got to come around here, down here, over here, and down here, roughly like that. I might have left a little bit of stuff out, not too much, but some. And I'm not going to be too picky grading your stuff, but do the best you can. There is my outline. Great. I think the only other thing I have to show you is how to get the latitude and longitude from both Google Earth and My Maps, Google Maps. In Google Earth, you right click, you go to Edit and Copy View Location. And then you just paste it in here, Control V. I pasted it in. The other way to do that in Google Maps is Let's see, where did I put them? Here they are. Oh, this is a little trickier. I think, let me close this. You right click and you say, what's here? And it tells you Butte County, California, and it shows you the latitude and longitude there, but it won't let you copy them, so you have to click on it, and it shows up right here, and now you can copy it. Control copy, go back to your Word, and Control V, and it does it. Okay, you don't even have to put east, west, north, or south here. That's good enough. All right, guys, this is probably the most complicated, technologically complicated assignment of this semester. Do the best you can. Let me know if you have problems. I'll work with you if I can. All right, take care, and hopefully in the next video you can see my face. Bye-bye.